Welcome to today's yoga practice focused on grounding and rejuvenating. Let's start in a standing position on our mat and take your feet out a little bit wider than hip width apart and bend your knees. Make a big circle with your arms and bring your hands together in prayer in front of your heart and take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, open up your hands by keeping your thumb and pointy fingers touching and extend your arms out in front of you. Let's do this 3 more times. Deep breath in, a big circle with your arms, bring your hands in prayer. Breathe out, extend your arms out in front of you. Breathe in, create a circle, hands in prayer. Breathe out, open your hands, extend out your arms. Last one, deep breath in, big circle, hands in prayer. Breathe out, open your hands and extend your arms. Straighten your legs and bring your feet together so they are hip width apart. We're now going to do a bit of a warm up. So lightly start to just swing your arms from side to side, lightly tapping your abdomen with your hands. And you can start to move your shoulders to create more movement. And then you can start to make that movement bigger. So bring out your arms wider and higher and maybe even a little bit faster. This is really good for starting to get the energy moving within your body. So keep on breathing, nice deep breaths in and out and just lightly hitting your body. And let's start to slow that down. Just smaller circles, bring your arms down, moving a little more slowly, take a deep breath in, start to come back to center, moving slowly, until you come to be ready to be at a complete standstill. To start, we're going to do a forward fold. So reach your arms up, deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bending from your hips, come forward with a nice straight spine and bring your fingers down to the mat if they can reach. And then bring your hands up and grab your elbows. And we're just going to dangle here in this forward fold for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly drop your hands down to the mat. Bring your hands to your legs. Roll your spine, come up and slide your hands along your legs as you do so. We're now going to transition to a low lunge. So bring your left leg behind you and your right leg forward. Bend that right knee, fold forward. Bring your hands down to the mat. Drop your left knee and foot down to the mat. Bring your hands up to the side and up and over your head. Your hands are not touching, they're just facing each other into a low lunge, and we're going to hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lower your hands down towards the mat and lengthen out that front leg, but keeping yourself folded over your leg into a half split pose. And let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, move your hips forward and bend that front knee. Tuck in your back foot and push yourself up. Then bring your legs together and walk them forward and slowly lengthen your spine so that you're in a standing position once again. Now for the other side, bring the opposite leg forward. Lengthen out your right leg behind you. Come fold forward over your left leg. Then bring your hands to the mat. Drop that back knee and foot down to the mat. Bring your hands up to the sides and over your head, lengthening your spine into a low lunge, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, fold forward. Bring your hands down to the mat, move your hips back and lengthen out that front leg, keeping your hands on the mat and folded forward over your legs. And we're going to hold here for a few breaths in half split pose. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, come forward with your hips and bring your hands onto the inside of your foot. Bring both your legs behind you and push yourself up. Walk your feet forward, then roll your spine up and come into a standing position. Bring your legs out nice and wide and lift your hands up and over your head, slight arch backwards, then with a straight back, hinge from your hips into a wide leg forward fold. Bring your hands down to the mat, and we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Take a nice deep breath in and bring your hands to your ankles and slide your hands up your legs while you roll your spine up into a standing position. Take your left leg out behind you, keep your legs straight, have your foot parallel to the mat. Take your right leg so your toes are facing the front of your mat and bend your right knee so that it is in line and above your ankle. Extend your arms out to the side, hips facing forward, and turn your head to look over to your right hand in Warrior Two, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lengthen out that right leg. Then bring your right hand down to your right ankle. Have your left hand above you. Then look up to your left hand into star pose, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, come up and lengthen your spine. Point your toes forward. Bring your hands up and over your head and hinge forward from your hips in a wide leg forward fold, bringing your hands down to the mat. And we're just going to rest here for a few breaths. Take a nice deep breath in, bring your hands to your ankles, slide them up your legs as you roll your spine up into a standing position. Now for the opposite side, so take your right leg out behind you, bend your left knee, set the knees over the ankle, hands up at a T formation, look over to your left hand for Warrior Two, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lengthen out that front leg. and then fold forward, bringing that left hand onto your left ankle, and then look up to your right hand, and let's hold star pose for a few breaths. Nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, come up, lengthen your spine, point your toes forward, bring your hands up and over your head, and then hinge forward from your hips into a wide leg forward fold. Bring your hands down to the mat, and let's rest here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, walk your feet inwards so that your feet are underneath your hips. Then keeping your knees parallel, bend your knees and lower down your hips. Then bring your hands up off the mat and lengthen your spine into a seated position. And then come down as low as you can go in a parallel squat. Try not to bend forward too much and try to keep that spine nice and straight as much as possible. And let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, start to lower yourself down to the mat and come to sit on the mat, keeping your knees bent and your feet flat on the mat. Extend your arms out in front of you, roll your spine and come to lie down onto the mat. Bring your feet so the backs of your feet can touch the tips of your fingers. Bring your right ankle to top of your left knee. Interlace your hands behind your left thigh and gently pull your legs towards you, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lower your feet down to the mat. And now let's swap sides. Place your left ankle on top of your right knee. Lift your right leg up, interlace your fingers behind your right thigh, and gently pull your legs towards you. And let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lower your feet down to the mat. Then hug your knees into your chest for a moment, keeping your knees bent. Bring your knees apart and bring your elbows to the inside of your knees and the forearms on the front of your shins, and reach up and grab the sides and bottoms of your feet and gently pull your feet down towards you in happy baby pose, and let's hold here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lower your feet. Then release your feet and bring your feet down to the mat and lengthen out your legs. And let's get ready for Savasana, final resting pose. So let your feet fall apart naturally. Have your shoulders away from your ears. Your hands at your side, palms facing up. You can close your eyes or just lower your gaze. And let's take this moment to absorb all the work that we have done for our bodies. Closing affirmation for today. I am grounded, steady, and connected to the earth. Balance and strength flow through me with ease. Slowly come back to the room. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, wriggle your fingers and toes and move your head from side to side. And when you're ready, bend your knees, roll over onto your side. Use your hands to push yourself up into a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today, and know that I appreciate you. Hands in front of your heart in prayer. Go well. Namaste.